Finally, someone is standing up for us drivers, or are they? Let's begin. The article says that greedy supermarkets will be told to immediately stop ripping off motorists at the pumps in a showdown summit next week. Energy Secretary Grant Shapps, who backs our Keep It Down campaign, will demand action after drivers paid 6p more for a litre of fuel last year. It comes after a Competition and Markets Authority, the CMA, report found the four main supermarkets took hard-up Brits for almost £1 billion in 2022. Writing in today's Sun, Mr Shapps said, "I will be calling on the bosses of Asda, Tesco, Morrisons and Sainsbury's, as well of course as the likes of BP, Shell and Esso to explain themselves." Well, it sounds like he's going to put them on Father Christmas's naughty list, doesn't it? But anyway, he also says, "I want to now hear how they are going to fix this. I will be telling them to do the right thing and immediately end any attempt to overcharge at the pumps. The firms will be asked to sign up to a scheme to hand over their petrol and diesel rates for drivers to monitor, and Mr Shapps will tell them he plans to make this law." He said, "This will pave the way for an easy-to-use price comparison apps and websites to help motorists vote with their wheels and find the cheapest pump prices in their area." The CMA will attend Monday's meeting, and their report found that supermarkets' annual fuel margin rose from 4.6p per litre in 2019 to 10.8p last year, as they failed to pass on profits mounting to £900 million in extra costs last year. Well, do you know what? I'm surprised that something like this, or Pump Watch or whatever, hasn't actually happened sooner. I mean, it does strike me as strange that all the supermarkets, and of course BP and Shell or whoever else, presumably all had a collective idea and thinking, let's rip off the motorists. Makes you wonder if there's some sort of backhanded deals going on here, doesn't it? With one company saying, "Do you know what, I'm going to raise mine if you raise yours as well." Or maybe, just maybe, the more likely option is they probably just saw their competitors doing it and decided to put it up themselves, thinking of their profits rather than their customers, which, to be honest, is a massive kick in the gonads, especially when, let's face it, quite a lot of supermarkets, if not all of them, were doing the same thing with their stock. I mean, if you'd have told me this time last year that I'd be paying 80p or round about that for a cucumber, I'd have thought you just fell off a Christmas tree, because let's face it, it weren't too long ago since they were around 40 or 45p, which, let's face it, is nearly half price compared to what they are now. And obviously, as we all know, it's not just cucumbers, is it? But it does make me wonder just what supermarkets actually think of us. I mean, do they actually value their customers? Or more accurately, in my opinion, they probably see us as walking pound signs and also advertise and help, because let's face it, we don't actually, in a lot of places, get the best price unless, of course, we sign up to their membership reward schemes or club cards or whatever else, do we? And in that case, they've got all of our details to pass on to their lovely friends who just love to flood our inbox full of junk, it seems. And whilst, of course, it is good that the government is finally starting to be on the side of the motorists in helping us out with petrol costs, or regulation more accurately, it does make me wonder if there's a catch here somewhere along the lines, because they presumably want us to switch over to EVs as soon as possible with their 2030 deadline looming. So what do you reckon is the catch?